which is extremely hard. But I suppose like 20 years ago, it was one of the best teams that cricket's ever seen.
Hi everyone, this is Norman Kochnick here, live on Eyes on Sports, or Eyes on Cricket, as you would like to call it. I'm just watching Ravi Shastri talking away there to an audience regarding the upcoming ODI series between Australia and India. Yes, Australia and India. And yes, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, obviously Shubman Gill, and another Shreyas Iyer. There are a lot of significant blows there for India, and I'm hoping we see the best of them here today. I don't think that India have had probably enough preparation. They'll be a bit raw the first match. It could be a bit underdone, but I think it'll be an excellent series from the get-go. Australia, they are, you would argue, relatively underdone. Not in terms of matches, they've played a lot of matches, but they've got a fair few injuries. The most significant one, of course, is Pat Cummins with his recent surgery, I believe he's had. You've got Cameron Green also out. You've got a number of the players, I think also the Australian bowlers. I'm not sure they're telling you the truth, but I think Hazelwood's still on a bit of a cloud as well. I think that the Australian team is, and obviously then there's Alec Carey, and you've got Josh Inglis, both out. Josh Philippe is in today. He's playing today in the first ODI. Unfortunately, I'm going to say unfortunately, Labuschagne's back. I believe they need to move on from Labuschagne, but they keep reselecting him. Okay, he scored some 4 centuries in the Sheffield Shield recently for Queensland. That's great to see. Big tick, but is that form for Australia? As my friend Brabham says, you've got to play when it counts, and that is at a ODI for Australia or a test match for Australia, not necessarily only Sheffield Shield. The coverage of cricket here in Australia is going to be a little bit more limited than I expected. It's on our equivalent of Foxtel, which is now owned by Disney, or not owned by Disney, by an American streaming company. I found out recently from the head of Fox. So Fox have got it on here in Australia. The free-to-air channels don't seem to have it. I'm confirming that now, but I'm here. And we'll find out the selections very soon. I did actually talk to you about the probable selections that on the highlights, or in fact the commentary component of my YouTube channel. You will see that the Indian side will be, I think, bolstered by the likes of Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma there. Shreyas Iyer, obviously, Shubman Gill. They've got a very confident team, and Shubman Gill's obviously saying very publicly that he's very honoured or proud to be representing his country as captain with the likes of Rohit Sharma and, of course, Virat Kohli and the team. It is a great honour. It is a superb honour. So we've got a question. Got some comments already. And we got Phil was such a confident, fearless batsman. Josh Philippe, you mean? Yeah, he is. He'll be good. He's certainly up there. I still believe the Australian side needs to move forward. The batting lineup. I mean, Usman Khawaja is probably in there for another series. The other opening spot, Constance, has scored a 50 just recently, including against Boland. I still think he should stay there. Jason Sanger, South Australian batsman, previously New South Wales. Topped the batting averages last Sheffield season. He's been a little bit quiet at the moment, but he's still the man who should be in the side because he will also captain. What about weather conditions in Perth? Well, there's a fair bit of discussion about it being not perfect, overcast, and we'll wait and see whether they actually play on time. The game starts in little over an hour's time. This particular broadcast should be showing it's the pre-game is going to be starting in 5 minutes. We'll see more about that then. But it looks as though it will be played. But I keep saying, I'm going to test selection. I know there's an ODI and a T20 series to come currently. I still maintain that Jason Sanger should be in the side. Jack Weatherall's another one who's pushing selection. But don't go back to Labuschagne. I know he scored 4 centuries. I get that. But that's domestic cricket. It's not test cricket. It's not the highest form of cricket. We should not be confused with that scenario, and I'm a little bit concerned that we drop him and then he gets back in so easily. He'll think it's easy, mate. So let's have a look here. So look at the squads of the two teams at the moment. Obviously, Labuschagne's back in and will probably be in the place of Cam Green. Matt Renshaw, that's another player that I think is worthy of attention. Great. He scored centuries already for Australia and should be back in. And Mitch Marsh, of course, is the captain. Travis Head. Cooper Connolly, a useful all-rounder, but mainly a spinner. Matt Short, gun player, another bloke that we should watch out for. Alex Carey's written down as in, but I think it's Josh Philippe that's going to get the Guernsey for the key position. Josh Inglis, of course, is injured. Adam Zampa is also injured. So we've got Adam Zampa, Josh Inglis, Alex Carey, Cummins, Green, all out of the squad at this point in time. Ben Dwalhus, useful bowler. Josh Hazlewood, depending on his fitness. Matthew Kuhneman, good spinner. Mitch Stark, well, he's perennially there. Nathan Ellis, good bowler, and Xavier Bartlett. So that's the Australian squad as it stands now. But yeah, there's clouds over Inglis, Carey, and obviously Cam Green's out altogether. The Indian squad, and here we go. On top of the list, mind you, he's not captaining, is Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma is there with Shreyas Iyer, Shubman Gill, who will in fact be the captain. Virat Kohli, wow, I miss him already from Test cricket. I think it's a travesty that he's not there. Jaswal, great at all formats at this point in time. Axar Patel, a very useful player indeed. Then you got Nitesh Kumar, who's now made himself well and truly in the Test arena. Deep Malia says, Travis Head's going to attack the Indian bowlers. Well, yeah, Travis Head's always a danger, no doubt about it. Especially on WA pitches. Don't forget the Wacker pitches normally are more bouncy. Well, it's not on the Wacker, it's on, I think, the Perth Stadium. Washington, look at this. Look at the all-rounders that India's got. Axar Patel, Nitish Reddy, and Washington Sundar. Fantastic. Dhruv Jurel is still there as keeper. I'm not sure what the latest update is on our lovely the true keeper of the India that I believe we've got another comment there. After Head, so cooked Indian bowlers. Cooked, are they cooked? Are they? I don't know. But who's your keeper? Obviously Jurella is there, but you have an injured player in the wings there that isn't playing. Who is that? You tell me. Who's your Rishabh Pant, of course. Rahul, Arshdeep Singh, a good bowler. Harshit Raina, he was very good in Australia last time he was here, and then was suddenly dropped. Kuldeep Yadav, unbelievably good spinner. Mohammad Siraj, a real warrior, and then Prasadeep Krishna is the other bowler in the squad. But that batting line, look at that. Sharma, Iyer, Gill, Kohli, Jaswal, amazing. And then a bevy of all-rounders. It's quite a solid team. So why are they playing the B team against India? Well, it's not. We're not playing with the B team. The fact is that Steve Smith is retired from ODI. Travis Head's there, but there's a lot of injuries. We have a lot of Pat Cummins is definitely an injury. Fox Cricket acknowledges that the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which this program is produced. We pay our respects to all First Nations people and acknowledge elders past, present, and emerging. There we go. Very competent statement. We're about to now start with the coverage there from Perth. We'll get a look at the weather very shortly. It's not the Australian B team, okay? It is not. Khan Jan, it's not the Australian B team. Green is injured. He's back. I can see Adam Gilchrist talking. It does look cloudy, but there are no covers on the pitch. They're preparing as it would be a normal start. The pitch looks pretty good to me. Very lush outfield actually too. So going back to the Cam Green is out with a back injury. Cummins is out with a similar set of problems. In fact, they want to fuse one of Cam Green's vertebra or something. It's pretty dramatic sounding. So he should be out for some time. Bo Webster will probably come into the Test arena. He's not in this team at this stage. So I need contact you privately. We'll talk later. Okay. Match to begin soon. First ODI. So we'll get some information as to team selections in a minute. But yeah, Cam Green is out. Cummins is out. Josh Inglis is out. Alex Carey, I believe, is also out. Philippe is going to be playing. Hazelwood's not 100%. Labuschagne's been brought back in the side, and I fear reluctantly. Matthew Short's a player they need to keep in, and the two players that I'm keeping my fingers crossed so we get a selection on. Still half an hour away. Matt Renshaw and Matt Short are two people who I personally think are emergingly good players, and obviously Tim David, another one. I don't think he's in the squad actually. That's a scratch your head one, not having Tim David there. Look at that. We've got a 1948 Invincibles team there. We've got Arjuna's top. We've got Viv on a bat. Got plenty of Don Brabham. And then my favourite team, it's the South Sea Rabbitohs. Apparently, Philippe is playing today, but we'll wait and see. The team sheets will come out shortly. I did post a probable team, and it looks as though, and I'll go through it again. Cam Green is out. Cummins is out. Hazelwood's a bit iffy. Carey's iffy. English is definitely out. Labuschagne's come into the squad, and you've got the likes of Renshaw and Short there as well. I hope those, in my opinion, Labuschagne shouldn't be coming straight into the side. If he wasn't in the squad and Cam Green's out, they should be putting Short or Renshaw in, and Labuschagne should be making up the numbers. You don't just go from woe to go, do you? Yeah, Josh Phillips definitely playing. I believe he is. He's a talent. He can also open the batting, and he's obviously a keeper. And maybe they'll give him an opportunity to open today. Well, let's see whether that actually happens. And they got Travis Head, of course, there as well. Tim David, I didn't see him in the squad. Cricket Australia have now got representation by Westpac. Commonwealth Bank used to be the previous group that would be in there. They're showing Virat Kohli now in the most unusual blue-coloured yellow jacket there. He looks younger than he's always looked, not ever looked. So Australia versus India, the first ODI. There are in fact 5. And they're going around the country, as you probably know. The papers today have been fairly scant with information. They've been rather quiet on this series. I can see Gilchrist is there with Ravi Shastri, Mark Waugh, and Brad Haddon. Ravi Shastri's everywhere. He's talking to anyone and everyone at the moment. Let's just have a look at this Australian squad. Yeah, I'm going to go back and look at the Australian squad. Well, as we know, Labuschagne came over Cam Green. Let's look at the actual squad for Australia. And as I said, it's quite a decent one. I'm going back quite a while when we first mentioned this. So where does it say it? Okay. As we know, Mitch Marsh, Sean Abbott's there. That's the T20 squad, actually. Let's go through the two squads just quickly for you. The ODI squad is Marsh, Xavier Bartlett, who's from Queensland, Alex Carey, who's doubtful, Cooper Connolly, the spinner, Ben Dwahus, New South Wales bowler, Nathan Ellis from Tasmania, Cameron Green out, Labuschagne in, Hazelwood, Head, Inglis out at the moment. Mitchell Owen, another one that could make his another selection position today. So, okay. The T20 tournaments, don't forget, are also here. There's, in fact, 5 T20s. One in Canberra, second is in MCG, third is in Hobart, and it goes on from there. There's actually 5 T20 matches. Okay, so we've got Matthew Renshaw in the ODI. Short, Stark, and Zampa's out as well. Again, I'll go through it. Zampa out, Green out, Cummins out, Smith retired. The likes of Inglis is out at this point. Carey's doubtful. It's quite a few out, actually. Looking at the T20 selections, another point there. Mitchell Marsh is there as well. He's captain for both ODI and T20. In fact, they're circling around the Australian team. Are they about to give a cap to a new player? It looks like there might be a cap. India is nothing in the. So that's not true. There's a bit of clapping going on here. I'm going to assume that there's a player about to get a cap. Let's have a look. You can see a Mitch Mars having a bit of a chat. So Australia naming 2 debutants for the series opener. There you go. We're at two debutants. I'm going to guess that's Mitch Owen. There's one. They're about to give out the caps. Let's see who they are. Be nice if we. Let's see who the 2 debutants are. The cameras, the iPhones are there ready to go. Mitch Marsh is having an old chat. He's about to give out a hat. Tim David's there, and he looks like he's not dressed to play. Here we go. We've got a cap to be given out. Again, the series starts in under an hour's time. We're eagerly awaiting. Virat Kohli joins Fox Live. Vera's having a bit of a chat. I'm waiting for this cap to be given out. Let's just have a look. He's talking to someone now. So what is this, Jeff Marsh, or looks like it's Sean Marsh, actually, who's giving out the cap. Matt Renshaw has been given his cap. He's making his debut in the ODI selection. Matt Renshaw's playing today. That's wonderful news. Hopefully over and above it. So Matt Renshaw and Mitch Owen are both making their debut. There we go. Matt Renshaw and Mitch Owen to make their ODI debuts. And that's fantastic to see. And Matt Renshaw, of course, has played Test cricket before. Mitch Owen's played, I think, C20s before now. And now I think it's Tim David, who's not playing today, by the looks of things, is about to give the hat to, I think, Mitch Owen. Interesting how Tim David's been given the task to do that. Let's see, so as I said, first cap given to Matt Renshaw, and now the second about to be given to Mitch Owen, an all-rounder. And there's Tim David having a good old natter. So Sean Marsh gave the cap to Matt Renshaw. Tim David's giving the cap to what will be Mitch Owen. Lots of Mitches, like Mitch Marshes and Mitchell Starks, Mitch Owens. Mitch seems to be a common word. There we are. Mitch Owen gets the cap from Tim David. And he's happy as Larry. Happy as Mitch. Josh Philippe must have already played because he is not getting a cap. So there we go. That all claps and handshakes around there for both Mitch Owen and Matt Renshaw. And Matt Renshaw, a tremendous player, should be in the Test side actually. He is the Matthew Shorts League. Congratulating. So yeah, the ODI squad, as I said, there were the debutants of Matthew Renshaw and Mitch Owen. And Virat Kohli's having a bit of a handshake there with Shubman Gill. Rahul's there as well. A lot riding on this match. Where's the BBL's best catch guy? Is he retired? When you say best catch guy, what do you mean, Glenn Maxwell? No, he's in. I think he might be actually retired. I've got a feeling there was some mention of retirement. Okay, let's look at the T20 squad for a moment. In fact, I think no, Maxwell's broken an arm or something. He's out in it for injury reasons. Another. So you've got Glenn Maxwell, Zampa, Inglis, Carey, the likes of Cam Green, Cummins. They're all out injured. I believe Renshaw will say as good as he's on debut. That's correct. He's on debut. Is Matt Renshaw for this format? He's already played Test cricket. So the T20 squad, just for the record, Mitch Marsh, Sean Abbott comes into that group, Xavier Bartlett, Tim David's in the T20 squad, not in the ODI squad, which is a little bit unfortunate. Ben Dwell's because he's Guernsey, Ellis is there again, Hazelwood, Head, Inglis if fit. Kuhneman's in there, Mitch Owen again, and Matthew Short is also in there. Marcus Stoinis is still playing T20 cricket. He's in the squad, and Adam Zampa if fit. So both Stark and Matt Short are both back in the ODI series, as we said earlier. So Alex Carey's also not playing. It looks like it's not an injury. It's based on the playing a second round of Sheffield Shield games, keeping them. Josh Inglis comes back in the T20 squad after a minor calf injury along with Nathan Ellis. So, yeah, there's a few changes there. We can see it with both Matt Renshaw and Mitch Owen both being selected for today's team. I can't then imagine that Labuschagne would be playing if they've lost Cam Green. You would think that wouldn't be the case. Yeah, so not Maxwell. Who are you talking about then? Who's the best fielder in BBL for men? Who are you talking about? You need to tell me. The Australian side that will be officially playing today, the final 11, will come out in about 19 minutes' time or thereabouts, with the game starting at 2:30. And India's team will also be, well, you'd think given out there at the toss, which will be in the next 19 or so minutes. Are you guys hearing me clearly? Just to make sure, you can hear me nice and clearly? Give me a message to say that you can hear me loud and clear. Well, the season is big. We've got a series of ODIs. In fact, I think it's 3, and then 5 T20s. And then Australia launches into a test series against England in the Ashes. That'll be huge from our perspective. You can all watch that. I'll be live from all over the place, hopefully, on that. I just wanted to see the ICC schedules there. ICC schedule. So Australia are playing India today, as we know, in Perth, starting in 45 minutes. There's also a Pakistan-South Africa match happening tomorrow, and New Zealand and England are also playing a second T20 tomorrow as well. There was even Romania playing Austria. There we go. Romania playing Austria. I didn't know that. Zimbabwe playing Afghanistan. Bangladesh playing West Indies again. Then the next ODI, which will be Australia-India, is being played on the 23rd, and that'll be played at Adelaide Oval. So we go from Perth. I think Rohit Sharma's having a chat to Reddy, and he's got Galton Gambhir there. He's got Ashdeep as well. Nitesh Kumar ready to make ODI debut. So we both have Mitch Owen and Matthew Renshaw making ODI debuts. Nitish Kumar Reddy is making his ODI debut for India. And he's just been given his hat by Rohit Sharma. There's big hugs all around there. So there we have it. Nitish Kumar Reddy has already played Test cricket in the recent West Indies series, for example. Now he's made his ODI debut as well, which is quite significant as an all-rounder. Lots of claps and pats for him. Great to see. He's very happy. He's got a big smile on his face. Now Virat Kohli's joined the booth with Adam Gilchrist and obviously Ravi Shastri. I'm interested to hear what he's got to say.
Thanks for the welcome. It's always lovely to be back in Australia, a place that I've really
So
enjoyed.
Kohli's saying it's lovely to be back in Australia.
Hard-fought cricket over so many.
Why is Jack Fraser McQuirk not playing? His form's not been good. Deep. I think Mitch Stark would take rest in this ODI because of the Ashes. I agree. I don't know why he's playing. But then maybe he wants to keep playing. It's interesting. So Virat Kohli's there having a good chat. He is also a century against Austria. Okay.
Something that I really enjoy, and beautiful wickets to bat on, so pace and bounce, which I always.
So pace and bounces on this little pitch to bat on. Virat's looking forward, obviously. Gilchrist and Shafts having a little chat with him. It'll be obviously Virat Kohli's last series in Australia, along with probably Rohit Sharma. Well, you would think it will be. With the World Cup looming, they may last till then, but I don't think they're going to play again in Australia, which is unless they go for the IPL or more so the BBL. Weather report at the moment, I'm looking at the ground right as we speak, Abhishek Ranjan, and it's a bit overcast, but the players are all out there. The pitch is completely open. There's no covers anywhere to be seen. They're all practicing. Game will probably start on time. So Australia are playing India here in the first ODI in Perth at Optus Stadium. They're playing the second match on the Thursday, which is some 4 days away. And that'll be at an Adelaide Oval. Then there's a couple of games: New Zealand versus England and Bangladesh versus West Indies. Australia play again against India on Saturday, on the 25th, and that will, I'm going to assume is actually at. Let's have a look here. Where's going to play that? At the SCG, of course. I should know that I'm going to be there. So yeah, the first match is in Perth, the second is in Adelaide, and the third will be in Sydney at the SCG. It's on the 25th, Saturday the 25th, coming up less than a week away. The New Zealand play England again. Nepal play USA. UAE play that. So then Australia versus India once again in the on that. So in fact, it's three ODIs: Perth, Adelaide, Sydney. Then they start the T20 5-game series, and that will be starting on the 29th of October, some 4 days after the ODI, and they'll be played at Manuka Oval, which of course is in Canberra. And then the second second T20 will be in again on the Friday, the 31st of October at the MCG. So the first T20, okay, let's go through it again. Perth today, ODI. Second ODI, Adelaide. Third and final of the ODI series will be at the SCG. Then we turn our minds to T20, Australia versus India. First match in Manuka Oval in Canberra. Second match will be in the MCG. The third will be, so it's what way? Or was it third? The third match is on Sunday, the 2nd of November, and it'll be at Ninja Stadium, which must be up there on the Gold Coast. Ninja Stadium. Actually, no, Ninja Stadium is actually not in Queensland. It's actually Bellerive Oval in Tasmania. So, first T20 is in Canberra. Second T20 is in Melbourne. Third is in Hobart. And there's 2 to go. Let's have a look at what that is. Fourth T20 is on the 6th of November, and that's at Heritage Bank Stadium. All these new names. Heritage Bank Stadium is on the Gold Coast in southern Queensland. So there we have it. We have ODIs again. Perth here today, Adelaide during the week, next Saturday at the SCG. Then we turn our minds to T20. We've got the first in Canberra at Monaco, then he moved to the MCG, then he moved to Hobart, then he moved to the Gold Coast. That leaves one location left, and that 5th game will more than likely be at the Gabba, and it is. And that's actually going to be on the 8th of November. So rather short series indeed. Am I from Australia? Of course I am. I'm sitting in Australia right now. I'm actually here. So again, first ODI is Perth, followed by Adelaide, by the SCG. It's in Sydney. That's the first of all three ODIs. Then we move to T20s, starting with, of course, Canberra, MCG. Then we move to Hobart, Gold Coast, and a short drive up the road to the Gabba in Brisbane to finish the T20 series. So all the Australian grounds seem to be getting a Guernsey for the series.
We're going to go out now to Mark Howard.
So we've got Mark Howard from Foxtel out there in the middle, having a look at the ground, obviously with Renshaw now playing, Mitch Owen playing, and then for India, Nitish Kumar Reddy has been selected. So 3 debutants, 2 for Australia, 1 for India. So Mark Howard's talking to Mitch Stark.
A little bit of rest and rehab, but you're back for international cricket. How have you felt in this
He's had a bit of rest and rehab. He hasn't played for a little while. I'm assuming he'll be playing today. He's fully tracksuited though. Must be a little bit on the slight chilly side there in Perth, but I don't think it's going to rain. It certainly looks a bit overcast, but it's not of any serious concern.
It's India, the number 1 50 over team in the world.
We'll see the Australian team are warming up on the field. They've got Daniel Vittori, former New Zealand spin bowler. I think he's the highest wicket taker, in fact, is a part of the fielding and bowling coaching staff of Australia. Always interesting when a player who plays for another country ends up helping an opposition country to their international series. We're waiting for confirmation, but Mitch Owen, as I said, and Mitchell and the likes of Matt Renshaw are both in the side, and Nitish Kumar Reddy is debuting for India. So they're the three debutants, two for Australia and one for India. And we're just going to wait. It's another 9 or so minutes before we probably see the team sheets come out officially, and obviously they'll be tossing at the same time. But Matt Renshaw must be very excited. Matt Renshaw is a noted Test cricketer. He's scored centuries at that level. If he was still there now, he would have been one of the leading run getters. But he went on the outer, unfortunately, which was unfortunate and didn't deserve. He must be very happy. But to make his reselection in the ODI side before he plays Test cricket, it's a little bit unfortunate. But he's in line to play Test cricket. In fact, I'd put Renshaw ahead of his teammate Labuschagne, even though Labuschagne scored 4 centuries. I think Renshaw's got a lot more up his sleeve for the future, and I don't think we should discount that.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Obviously, we've got, I guess, one eye on.
So Kanjana's there. So here we have Matthew Kerman. He's limbering up. Is he going to be selected today? I don't think so, but he'll certainly factor into the series at some stage. Matthew Kerman, a very, very tight left-arm bowler. Nathan Lyon, of course, doesn't get any Guernsey in this format, an ODI or T20s, which is rather unusual. Well, not unusual, it's the fact that he's a long-standing Test cricketer. Taken now 562 wickets, only one behind Glenn McGrath. It takes 2 more wickets, he'll go past McGrath and be the second highest wicket taker of all time for Australia, only behind the great Shane Warne, who's on 708, as far as I'm aware. So here we go. Stark, most wickets. This is now in the ODI format. McGrath's taken 380 wickets. Brett Lee took 380 as well. Warne took 291. So he wasn't the leading wicket taker in ODIs. Stark's taken 244 and Mitch Johnson 239. So Mitchell Stark's the 4th highest behind Warne, but both Lee is one of the, and Glenn McGrath took the most for the ODIs at 380.
Done a fantastic job in local cricket for Australia.
So we've got to wait and see whether this Australian side's selected. We've got conditions looks very green in the Perth wicket. Actually, the whole ground looks very green. There'll be a fair bit of, I think, movement, bounce. Of course, you've got the toss may determine who bats first. If Australia wins the toss, normally when Pat Cummins is in the side, Pat Cummins would say bowl first. But with captain said Mitch Marsh, we're not sure. Ground looks a picture. Extremely green last night. Labuschagne's got the keeper gloves on. I'm not sure what he's trying to imply. Is he going to be keeping? I don't think so. Labuschagne, I guess, can keep, but he's not. Josh Philippe will have to be put in the side ahead of. If they select Labuschagne as a keeper, that's a huge mistake.
Great to see you back in Australian colours.
Let's hope that Josh Philippe gets a Guernsey because he can also have the batting.
As you would expect, Gilly, he's buzzing around. He's straight out of the shield. He's making hundreds for fun. Look at him. He's got a smile on his face. It's good to see him back and in good form as we do look forward to the Ashes.
Absolutely. What a way to start.
So Labuschagne's actually practicing keeping. Now, it worries me because if that's the selection bolter that we haven't expected. Renshaw improved his game, like his strike rate. Yes, Renshaw's in with a big chance. I'm trying to look at whether Josh Philippe's got his keeping gloves on. He's not. I don't see him anywhere. Mitch Stark is marking out his runner. They're very precise with their marking outs these days.
Be so aggressive and keep wickets up front by trying to swing that brand.
A little bit of chalk, a bit of paint. Like they're actually painting. You have a black line where they're putting a black line on the grass where he actually puts his runner. Very precise signs here.
We also know how important the depth is as well. So yeah, it's such a valuable asset for Australia to have.
Yeah, the danger man at the top of the order for.
I don't like that. I don't think they should be able to paint lines all over the ground to suit their bowling line. They should. In the past, You do a bit of a divot, you're there, or you judge it through your normal. That's the way it should be, not so precise. Looks like Hazelwood's warming up as well. So we're waiting on the selections. But it's certain that Mitch Owen and the likes of Matt Renshaw are going to be the debutants for Australia. Josh Philippe will probably be in the side. I don't think Labuschagne's in it at this point. He's in the squad, but he may not be in the team. And then, of course, India are going to blood a debutant there as well, and Nitish Kumar Reddy, which will be exciting because he's a very aggressive batter and a very good bowler too, for that matter, having made a lot of ground, so to speak, in the Test arena of late. So here we are with some 3 minutes from the toss, you would argue, and therefore 3 minutes from the team sheet to be sent through, which I'll post.
Did we bring anything like beer?
Any other questions, guys? Test selections are important to me, and they're coming up against England in only roughly a month's time, or less than a month's time. Well, it's about a month's time, actually. And that first test will see whether Constance gets to continue in his role, whether Labuschagne's forces his way back in, whether my pick, Jason Sang, gets to go. Jake Weatherall's another one. In the bowling department, he thinks he's got bowling, will go straight in for Cummins. And they'll keep the other bowlers intact. Alex Carey will probably be back as well. Josh English should be in the frame to be test selection too. Bo Webster will probably be given to Guernsey as the all-rounder, as Cam Green looks like he's out. Well, he's out of this short format, and I'd say unless a miracle happens, he'll be out of the first test match as well. They may be tempted to bring Labuschagne back, but they must. Oh well, if they're going to lose a few players there. They might as well leave Constance in. I believe they should, or give Jason Sanger a go. I strongly believe Jason Sanger's the one. So I'm going to be on another couple of minutes. I'll announce the both sides officially. As we know, there are now 3 debutants: 2 for Australia, 1 for India. Again, for those that may not have heard me say, Matt Renshaw makes his ODI debut, having played Test cricket. And like Mitch Owen has made his T20 debut already, will make an ODI debut as well. Maybe one day play from Test cricket. We don't know that, do we? Then with India, of course, Nitish Kumar already has been given his debutant's cap as well by Rohit Sharma. Clean wicket, it will be scoring a high scoring game. Yeah, it looks like it'll be a bit of overcast weather. Rain, not at this point. Pitch is uncovered, so that means play will go as per program.
There's no comment, unfortunately. There's no Steve App either.
Yeah, it's exciting. The first test series, the first cricket, international cricket in Australia. 3 ODIs here in Perth today, Adelaide to follow, and then SCG to finish off. And we go straight into a T20 series, a 5-match series, where we move from Canberra, as in Marnock Oval, to the MCG. Then we're off to the likes of Hobart, as in Bellerive. We go up to the Gold Coast. We play the 4th match there on the ground that's not normally used for international cricket. And then we drive up the road to Brisbane for the 5th T20 to finish off the 8 matches in total on the Gabba. So there we go. So Westpac advertising madly away there.
How many stars would a hotel get if every room...
We're looking at a good set of selections there. As I said, Nitish Kumar Reddy making his debut. The Kohlis and the Rohit Sharmas are back in the squad. Shreyas Iyer will be there. Gill will be there. Here we are, about to make the toss.
And it is the Coliseum of cricket, the PERTH Stadium, the venue of the first 3.
You got Mitch Marsh as captain and Shubman Gill. With Jeff Crow, Martin Crow's brother, lives in Fort Lauderdale, actually. New Zealand, he's playing, he's there as a match referee. Shastri's ready to, and Mitch Marsh is flicking a point.
What's it, Jeff? Well, Mitch, you won the toss. What have you decided? We're going to bowl first.
So Mitch Marsh has won the toss and has decided to bowl first. So we're going to see the Indian batters right up front.
Home ground, captain of the side. How does it feel?
So Mitch Marsh has won the toss. I think he called heads. He's he's elected to bowl first.
And how's the preparation?
So we'll get to see Indian batters very early on, which is exciting.
3 great days of training, and obviously it's always big build up Australia versus India, and what's going to be a huge summer for Australian cricket. So hopefully we get off to a good start.
Many ways aside in transition. What's the morale like?
It's Australia's bowling first, that's right. The team's in transition. I'm not sure what that means, that there are injuries. Cummins, Zampa, Inglis, Green,
And what's your combination?
Cummins.
7 batters, 1 keeper, and 4 bowlers. 6 batters. Oh, anyway, I'm not good at maths, but there you go.
Keep it simple. Good luck, Mitch.
Cheers, mate.
Shubman, what would you have done?
I would have bowled first as well.
Yeah, Shubman Gill also, he won the toss, he would have bowled first.
Again, but that looks like a pretty good surface.
So it's obviously overcast. It's a moment of good condition there for bowling. Early advantage for Australia, having won the toss.
Most of the players that were playing in India then coming.
And Colin Hitchcock has just sent through the team selections. Let's have a look.
This stuff is different. You've been around in Australia.
Let's just have a look. The Australian team is Mitch Marks and Travis Head. They'll open. Matthew Short's at 3. Josh Philippe is keeper and 4. Matthew Renshaw 5. Connolly 6. Owen 7. What a new side that is. Stark, Ellis, Kuhneman, and Hazel are all playing. And the players who miss out are Bartlett. Labuschagne's not in the team. And Will Malajus must be a player of emergency. He must be a great player that's available for any fielding. In Indian team, Shubman Gill, Rohit Sharma, Kohli, Shreyas Iyer. Wow. Captain being Gill, vice captain being Iyer. Axar Patel's in the team. Rahul, he's wicket keeping today. Washington Sundar, ready for on his debut. Harshit Rana, Arshdeep Singh, and Mohammad Siraj. So Jaswal's not selected. Interesting. Jarrell's not selected. It's keep it interesting. Krishna and Kuldeep Yadav are all missing out. So there you go. I'll post that now, guys, so you can get to see that.
Let's take a look at the team lineups, shall we? And Australia first, no surprises at the top of the order. The captain, Mitch Marsh, opening the batting. Good to see Matt Shaw back from injury.
Yeah, Jaswal, that's a bit of a pity for Jaswal, I would argue. You'd think Jaswal would have been on the side, in my. So Australia won the toss, as I said, and have elected to bowl.
He's got plenty of runs under his belt for Queensland. It's a new look middle order.
It's a very new middle order of Australia. Look at it. You've got Mitch Marsh and Travis Head opening the batting. Matt Short at number 3. Josh Philippe at number 4 would have been Inglis. Matt Renshaw at 5, which is, I would argue, a bit low for him. Connolly ahead of Mitch Owen. Interesting. Mitchell Stark, Nathan Ellis, Kuhneman, and then finish off with Hazel, I think it was. India have got Gill and Sharma opening the batting. Kohli at 3, Iyer at 4, Axar Patel at 5, Rahul at 6, Sundar at 7, which is ready. What a strong batting, like 8. And then the bowlers, Harshit Rana, Arshdeep Singh, and Mohammad Siraj to finish off. So the top 8 of India is very solid for the so-called first BKT Tyres one-day international at Perth Stadium. Here we have it.
First game in ODIs.
So Rohit Sharma, which person he played 20 years team. I think, yeah, he's a great player. But it's interesting to see. So again, Shubman Gill, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. It's a great side. Arshdeep Singh's in there as well. Very, very full on. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to post those 2 team sheets. Jaswal's not playing. Interesting. You've got the debutant Holder, not playing, but you've got Nitish Kumar Reddy as he's the debutant for India. You've got both Sharma, Iyer, and Gill with Sharma all there. At the moment, they're having a chat with Travis Head. Very interesting Australian team. Looks very, very new. Josh Philippe's in there in place of Inglis. You've got Tim David's there for the T20 circuit. He's also in the ODI group, I'm imagining. But you've got Josh Philippe, Matt Renshaw, Mitch Owen, all debutants. Australian Open. You got Matt Short on the team as well. It's quite a
He looks $1 million as well. The Aussies
pretty,
going through their
newish looking side.
You get the opportunity with the ball first. What are your thoughts?
So Australia won the toss and are bowling first in the first the first ODI of the season in Australian waters, so to speak, in Perth Stadium. Second will be in Adelaide. Third will be in the SCG, followed by 5 T20s, which we'll cover. And again, they're going to be in Canberra. Then they're going to move to MCG, Hobart, Gold Coast, and Brisbane. There we have it. All right, guys. Thanks for joining in for the first one. We'll speak soon. Take care. All the best, guys. Watch my updates.